Welcome back. Today we're gonna work on the 2005 Jeep Liberty Limited. We're gonna change the U-joint and the drive shaft, and I'll show you why. First thing you need to do, you need to lift it up the back wheels and put in neutral and take your e-brake off in order to you can turn the wheel so you can see the drive shaft where it's going. We are inside the vehicle. See, the Jeep is in parking. The transfer case is in two-way drive. If you want to testing the front and the back, you can put this one in four-way drive, so that way both tire front and back is spinning and you can verify everything, how to move, the vibration or something. I already did that part and I figured out it's the back one. So let's fire it up and I'll show you what's going on down in the Jeep. Put foot in the brake. Let's put it in drive. Let it go of the brake easy. We got speed over here. Let's go downstairs and see what's happening. All right, here we can see the whole drive shaft is spinning. Pay attention to this side. Let's draw imaginary lines like this. You see the movement is little bit, it's minimal. Let's look at this side. If we drop the lines, imaginary line, we can see all the movement going up and down and vibration this side for the drive shaft half. So that means our problem is there. To stop, do the same procedure backwards. Let's put the foot in the brake slowly, all the way down to our speed is in 0. And now we can put our transmission in parking. Don't put the e-brake because you need to turn the drive shaft in order to get all the bolts around. And we shut it off, the engine. Take the key out. Let's go downstairs and start working. This is our drive shaft. This is a transmission connection. This is the differential connection. And the middle, the union here, that's the U-joint, is putting together the whole piece. But let's see this. When I turn on the wheels, it's barely, you can see it. But when I put the engine running and I'm putting a gear, you see this part of the drive shaft is vibrating up and down too much compared with the front part. When we do a close inspection, see this part here, how we move it, when I'm moving them back and forward, and the rest of the parts not. That means all the bearings and the pieces inside the U-joint is broke and it'll fall off, and that have a that gap, and that's causing the vibration and throw off of the alignment in the drive shaft. So we're gonna remove the drive shaft. We need to take these 4 bolts out. We need to put like oil catcher here because it's gonna dripping a little bit of oil to the floor. And we're gonna remove the whole piece and we're gonna work that piece outside. This is the basic tools you're gonna need for this kind of job. Something to catch the oil, because when I remove the drive shaft, the transmission is gonna leaking a little bit of oil. A pry bar or a screwdriver, a big one, something to help it to get leverage to pull the drive shaft out. An impact tool or a wrenches with the 15mm socket. All right, this is the reason I leave the transmission in neutral, so you can turn it in order to access all the bolts to remove them. First thing you need to do is just grab your wrenches or your impact tool with the 15mm socket and start removing this bolt. Return it. When you remove the last one, be careful and don't stain yourself under the drive shaft, because it's possible he can fall down and hit you in the face or somewhere else. All right, it is not coming. Now you're gonna grab your pry bar and you're gonna push it for the side. See, now it's free. We're gonna go to the other side. Here in this side, you're gonna use your oil catcher or whatever you got to catch the oil. You put it directly under the transmission, because when you remove that part, it's gonna dripping oil. When you got your oil catcher in place, you just simply slide him back and let him fall. When you finally get here, you're gonna remove this spring. It's gonna lock the pieces together. It's one for each side. You're gonna need something like a screwdriver and a chisel. Be careful, because this is under the pressure. When you take it out, sometimes it can fly. It can fly to your face or your eyes or cause damage in your face. So be careful with that. There you go. You're gonna repeat the same process for 4 sides. To remove this, in my case, I'm gonna use the ball joint remover tool. It's good to use it. The other way, you need to find a socket this diameter, get it in, and hit it with the hammer. In this case, we're gonna use this like that. And simply screw the other end. Screw it in. You remove all 4 caps and you can take that piece out. You repeat the same process without this cap to remove the other cap and end. Just simply wiggle one side, put it, and take the other side off. Now we can take this one off. Same way. put this one aside and we'll repeat the same process with these two. We finally removed the piece. We can see this is the broken one and the other ones don't shake like that. This is the old one. This is the new one with the new pins. The way we're gonna install it is the same way. You remove the cap easily and careful, trying to be gentle because it's the pins inside. You don't want to mess it up with that. You want to keep it straight the way it is. So you're going to remove two sides. You're going to put one side here and one side. And you're going to repeat the same process again. Side by side. Get it in. And trying to put the cap gently in place. And do the same thing for both sides. And you're gonna repeat the same process. You're gonna use the pulley and squeeze it in back again. To install the clip, you're gonna need a tool like this, so you can squeeze it. Just grab it here, trying to squeeze it inside. Make sure all the corners are in and you're good to go. You repeat the same process in all four sides.
When you finish replacing both sides, just repeat the process in backwards. Just put the front part back in, go slowly, find the gears, slide it in, and go in the back. And do the same thing, trying to align the bolts with your bracket. My recommendation is just put the screws by hand, all four first, before you tie one, so that way make sure it's in the right alignment. There you go. Only we need to do one more process. For this process, you're gonna need a grease gun like this. You're gonna look for these little nipples. Some of those brand new parts have it, other ones don't. And they have it, it's good to put grease on it to lubricate the whole thing. When the grease coming out on one of those ends,
that means that's it, it's full. Let's see how U-joints looks in action. That's the front one. Remember the two imaginary lines. And let's see the back one. See, we don't have that kind of vibration now. And that's how you change the U-joint and the drive shaft for the 2005 Jeep Liberty Limited. If you want to know another part, how to change it, whatever, leave it in the comment so I can make a video for you. And don't forget to subscribe and share and hit the notification bell so you don't missing any video. Thank you very much. Have a good one.